coping. I was just going to let you know that this meeting will be recorded, and will be also uploaded on YouTube. So in case you want to kind of take your face off the camera, then that is fine. Then for me this is harder because I just see like a brown spot with a name, but it is up to you. You can do that. And I wanted to introduce myself. So my name is Gabrielle McSween. I'm the social worker slash mental health worker with the Hamilton Jewish Family Services. I've been there for over a year now, and I provide individual counseling to people and to families on a regular basis, free of charge. So, about all kinds of different problematics people are facing these days, anxiety and depression, and adjustment to illness and changes in life and everything. So, if you ever are in need, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you. um, just a couple of housekeeping rules, or if you when you speak, please just make sure nobody else talks. Well, you know all that. We are recording as we set the session, so you can turn your camera off. And very important, this workshop is being put on by the Older Adults Mental Health Advisory Group, and it is funded by the Hamilton Jewish Family Services, as well as the Hamilton Jewish Federation and the Government of Canada New Horizons program. So that is a grant we received to promote more mental health services for older adults. So that is why we have many, many workshops coming up for the whole year. So please check our website, and we will also publicize them on social media. Okay. If you ever have any questions, please just let me know. You can also use the chat line, but I actually always like a more interactive conversation. So just wait till I finish my sentence and then say, I have a question, and please interrupt at any point in time. Okay. All right. Let's start. Okay. What's going on now? Now it doesn't move down. What is this now? Why is it not working? My presentation. Oh, here it is. I'm not sure why. Definition of stress. Well, we all know what it is, right? Stress is a feeling of being tense, overwhelmed, worn out, and exhausted. A small amount of stress can be motivating, but too much stress makes even small tasks seem daunting. Symptoms of stress can range from mild, for instance, headaches and stomach aches, to severe, about so that you would experience anxiety and depression. Often, those are very underlying issues of feeling very, very stressed. Acute stress versus different forms of stress. Acute stress versus chronic stress. Acute stress is brief but intense. Short term stressors, such as giving a speech, getting into an argument, or studying for an exam, can cause acute stress. Chronic stress, on the other hand, is long lasting. The symptoms may not be as intense in the moment, but the long term effects are more severe. Long term stressors, such as a difficult job, an unhealthy relationship with frequent arguing, or financial difficulties, causes chronic stress. The symptoms of acute stress is such as sweating, irritability, and headaches are very disruptive in the moment. And the symptoms of chronic stress is a feeling of being tense, overwhelmed, worn out, or exhausted. Sometimes stress is the accumulation of many, many small hassles, while other times it is the result of major life changes or long-term problems. You can probably all relate to acute stress versus chronic stress, and I just wanted to outline that. Now I wanted you to have a little piece of paper in front of you with a pen, and I want you to explore your own stress index. So that will give you a pretty good idea where you are. So just have a piece of paper and tick off yes, no. Make up one category yes, one category no, and just tick it off as I go through with it, and I will give you the results afterwards. So neglect your diet. Yes, no. Try to do everything yourself. You're not asking for any help. Blow up easily, or you get irritated easily. You seek unrealistic goals. You fail to see the humor in situations others find very funny. Act rude, maybe sometimes, and then you regret it. Make a big deal of everything. Some people call it being dramatic. Look to other people to make things happen. Have difficulties making a decision. Yes, no. Complain you are disorganized and you really would like to be organized. Avoid people whose ideas are different than your own. To keep everything inside and you don't want to really talk about what really bothers you and upsets you because you often maybe don't want to be a burden. That is what people say. You neglect physical activity. You don't want to go for a walk anymore or for a hike or out with your friends for a walk or in the library or anything. Physical activity, anything you need to do to make yourself feel better. You have very few supportive relationships. Use sleeping pills and tranquilizers without a doctor's approval. Get too little rest, not sleeping enough. Get angry when you are kept waiting. So you're not very patient. Ignore stress symptoms. Sometimes it's very clear your heart pounds and you're sweating and you're just really irritable. Those are often really symptoms of immediate stress. Put things off until later. Always say, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and you never get it done. Think there is only one right way to do something. Fail to build relaxation time into your day, which is really important that you have a downtime. Gossip, that's a good one. You're racing through the day. You have many, many things to do. One thing after the other. Go, 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 go. Not that good. Spend a lot of time complaining about the past. It's kind of, your past is kind of overshadowing your day to day life. Fail to get a break from noise and crowds. Where is it? Okay, I would like you now to score 1 for each answer and 0 for each no answer. Please score 1 for each yes answer and 0 for each no answer. And then total up your score, how many you got for yes and how many you got for no. Mhm. I'll give you a moment to do that. This is just a really nice little stress index. You can check yourself, and it is brought out by the Canadian Heart and Stroke Foundation, which I'm trying to get these little booklets for our library, and approved by the Canadian Mental Health Association. Okay, do you have everybody ready? Kind of. I think so. I don't think it will take that long. So if you have a score between 1 and 6, it means there are a few hassles in your life. Make sure though that you are not trying so hard to avoid problems that you shy away from colleagues, from challenges. If you have a score between 7 and 13, you have got your life in fairly good control. Work on the choices and habits that could still be causing you some unnecessary stress in your life. Score 14 to 20. You are approaching the danger zone. You may well be suffering from stress related symptoms, and your relationships could be strained. Think carefully about choices you have made, and please take relaxation breaks every day. Above 20, emergency. You must stop now, rethink about how you are living, change your attitudes, and pay careful attention to your diet, physical activity, and relaxation. I invite you maybe to share something if you would like to. I don't know how you feel about this. Did you find this maybe a little bit helpful to see where you are or not? Okay, if not, we shall continue and we go to stress management strategies. Now, those are strategies you need to implement in order to reduce your stress. Build resilience would be number 1. And resilience refers to the ability to handle stress when it arises and to protect oneself against future stress. So you need to become more aware what kind of stress has an impact on your body, your mind, and then protect yourself against those future stresses. So everybody may have a different example for that. If anytime you see this one person as a friend, and she really talks only about her, and you want to help her and she never listens, and it stresses you out that her situation never changes, then maybe you need to reduce contact with her and see her less, or approach her different, so that will then reduce your stress level. Social support is the next one, can help reduce stress. Well, we all know that. Social support may come from friends, family, or community organizations. So identify your current and potential sources of support on a piece of paper, or think in your mind, who do you have as support? You have maybe your children and family and friends and community services, whatever. So write them down. It helps to see who your support services are, especially when you have maybe not that many or that much family. Positive journaling is always my favorite. It can foster optimism, which contributes to stress resilience. Writing about daily positive experiences will make you forget about your negative experiences. So you think about the positives in your life. And that brings me straight to the gratitude. Gratitude can increase self esteem, which also contributes to resilience, that you reduce your stress. There are a number of ways to show gratitude by including gratitude journaling, telling someone thank you, and visiting someone you appreciate, maybe to be a volunteer or have a person in the community you visit. It makes you feel good to help and assist somebody. And I don't know, I always start my morning off with, before I open my eyes, that I will say a gratitude, put a smile on my face, and then get up. And that usually puts me in a pretty happy mood all day. so, so this gratitude is very important. Be grateful about everything in your life and pick every day a gratitude and own it. Okay. Any comments so far? You're very quiet. Nothing? Okay. Relaxation techniques. We want to talk a little bit about relaxation techniques, because the more you are aware of relaxation techniques, the more you can deflate your stress level. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing and progressive muscle relaxation are a fundamental part of stress management. These techniques trigger the relaxation response, which counters the body's stress response. And I give an example because I also teach yoga, and the breathing is probably the most important part to calm your mind and your body down. And then certain yoga poses, for instance, also will be extremely helpful and useful to relax. Just a simple, give you just a simple example, going on the wall and lying on the wall and putting your face up against the wall totally relaxes your central nervous system. And if you do that 10 minutes when you're under a lot of stress, it is extremely helpful. And also, maybe you know that child pose where you curl inside and with your head down, 5 minutes, you come back up and you are definitely feeling better. Breathing Often people come to the yoga and are extremely stressed out. And so we always do some deep breathing. You inhale for 3, you exhale for 3. You keep your eyes closed and you become in tune with your body and in tune with your breath. And I always say, connect with your breath. Inhale for 3, exhale for 3. Inhale for 4, exhale for 4. And then another breath would be inhale for 3, hold it for 3, exhale for 6. By the time you become so in tune with your breathing and your body, you automatically relax because you let go of whatever else outside bothered you, and you become more internal. And that is an extremely helpful relaxation technique. Um, model
Gabrielle,
relaxation. Pardon
this
me?
is Howard, and this is
Hi.
Howard.
Yes.
Hi, may I share something briefly with you now?
Yes, please go ahead. I love
This
it.
this is a yoga story about breathing, and
Yes.
it has to do with a young, anxious person, filled with anxiety, but devoted to wanting to know the truth. And
Yes.
so he goes to the teacher, the great guru, and the guru says, just breathe in and out. Just follow your breathing, and soon your suffering will disappear. Just follow your breathing in and out. And so the young man goes away and comes back in an hour and says, oh, I feel wonderful. All my stress is gone. I now know how the universe works. And I feel so grateful to you. You were a wonderful teacher. I know that, I know I am one with the universe and everything is going to be wonderful. And the teacher said, oh, that's great. Was that on the in breath or the out breath?
Oh, that's so good. That's very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's lovely. So, model relaxation practice by starting to end your day or to begin your day with a relaxation technique. Breathing, gratitude expression, meditation, or nature walks. I cannot stress this, how important that will be, even if you go for a hike or just to really observe nature and not to talk and just to kind of observe it. Very, very helpful. Plan where relaxation can fit into your daily routine. It may help to set an alarm as a reminder or connect relaxation practice with another activity. For example, practicing deep breathing for 10 minutes after each meal. That will be really good for your digestion, for instance. So if you want to make it like a really good plan for your everyday life and you're not really know yet what to do or how to do it, set your alarm maybe after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, so you're already doing it 3 times a day for 10 minutes and just learn all the different breathing techniques. There's a lot on YouTube. If you type in breathing breathing techniques for relaxation, breathing for anxiety, I mean, the list is endless. You will find something. If not, you can always contact me and I will be happy to forward you detailed information about that as well. So keep practicing, even if the positive effects are small. The benefits of relaxation accumulates and will grow with your practice. Time management. I think this is like a big one on stress. Balancing responsibilities and fitting them into a busy schedule is a common stressor. Time management skills can reduce the mental burden of juggling tasks and increase the likelihood that everything gets done. I think most people struggle with that. What do I do first? They're overwhelmed. Do I clean my kitchen? Do I cook? Do I see the neighbor now? Do I go out, doctor? Like often they're overwhelmed with what goes on in a day. Use a to-do list or an appointment book and write down your responsibilities. So write down 8 o'clock, making breakfast for my wife who I care for instance. 9 o'clock, um, going around the block for a walk. 10 o'clock, doctor's appointment, whatever. It helps you to make a to-do list about your day, and you also at the end of the day see how much you really accomplished. I mean, if you write this down just for 2 days, you know exactly what I mean, and that will help you then to prioritize, which we come to the next. Prioritize all your tasks. Focus on completing the most important and quickest task at first. If you have a few to dos that will only take 5 minutes, do them quickly for peace of mind. Just get them done out of the way and focus on the larger things you need to do every day. Limit distractions. Cut back on TV, social media, and other distractions. Make some notes how much time you spend on distractions and change it. What tells me on my cell phone every week how many hours I spend on social media, and if I'm over my limit, what I want to spend it or below. So that gives me a good idea that I consciously cut back on that. So limit your distractions. If you are a TV person, limit it to a certain hours a day. Give yourself time between tasks. Plan on arriving to appointments always 15 minutes early. Scheduling some buffer time will help to reduce stress. And that means if you have a doctor's appointment at 11, don't plan your day that you come right at 11. Give yourself time. Be there for 10:45. Just walk up slowly, sit down, you will be more relaxed. So give yourself time. Don't do last minutes if you can avoid it. I know some people, they are always last minute, and that is a pattern they have learned all their lives. They can't even function any other way. And those are often people with anxiety, and yeah, they were pretty much always stressed, but they used to that. Um, Let yourself be less than perfect. Focus on completing everything to an acceptable level, and then go back to improve upon your work if you have time. Um, we all want to be perfect, most of us. It is okay sometimes not to be perfect. Just let it go. You come first. You, like, it's about you and what you can do. And sometimes it is completely okay to say, nope, I can't do it today. I'm going to do it another time, and put it on your to do list for the next day or the next 2 days, right? Anybody has something to say about time management? Anybody struggles with time management, or it's all okay? Okay, then we're gonna go to self-care. Now, self-care is a good topic because for me, one of the most important topics, right? Because you need to look after yourself, and I cannot stress this uh, a lot. Self care means taking time to do things you enjoy. It involves everyday activities that you find relaxing, fun, or energizing. These activities could be as simple as reading a book or as big as going on a vacation or away on a weekend. So, self care means doing the things you enjoy. Self care also means taking care of yourself. And that means eating regular meals, getting enough sleep, caring for personal hygiene, and anything else that maintains good health. At least try to always eat regular meals and eat good meals, healthy meals, and Yeah, of care for yourself, personal hygiene, take every morning a shower, have a personal routine is really important. To get up in the morning, have your breakfast, have your shower, read your newspaper or anything. Just establish that. It's really important. Make self-care a priority. There will always be other things to do, but don't let these interrupt the time you set aside for self-care. Set specific self-care goals. Don't say to yourself, I have to make more time for self-care. Say instead, I will walk in nature every day for 30 minutes. So be specific. Be specific and say, I'm going to set a self care goal and not just, okay, I have to look after myself better. Make a specific goal. I go walking with my neighbor every morning from 10 till 10:30 and then do it, or go to the gym or go swimming. Swimming is really great to do. So anything you do, make a specific goal, not just a global goal. Set boundaries to protect your self-care. Say no to others. You do not have to give anybody a reason. It's okay to step away and look after yourself. So set boundaries. Okay, that's always important. A lot of people I see, they have really problems with setting boundaries. They all want to be nice to everybody and do everything for everybody. It's not always really helpful. Um, so set boundaries and say, sorry, I have to go for my walk now, but I will be seeing you later. Okay. Unhealthy activities don't count as self care. Okay. So substance use, overeating, and other unhealthy behaviors might hide stress temporarily, but cause more problems in the long term. Well, we all fall into that. I think sometimes that we start not eating so well, or because we have a lot of stress, sit down and really become mindful why suddenly you need to eat a bag of chips, which you shouldn't eat, and just analyze it, become mindful how you feel at that present time, at that moment, and try to move away from that. Keep up with your self care even when you are feeling good. Doing so will keep you in a healthy routine and will make you feel good emotionally and physically. So keep up with your self care even when you're feeling good. Okay, every day. Do something good for yourself. You are the most important person. Love yourself the most every single day and do something good for you. Life can become very stressful. So you are the person that you're very, very important. And you own this to yourself. All right. Cognitive. Oops. If my I'm operating from this Apple computer, which one little thing it all moves. Cognitive restructuring. Stress is caused by our thoughts about a situation, not by the situation itself. Two people in the exact same situation might have different levels of stress or no stress at all just because of how they think about it. And often, what I hear from people is they overthink a situation, right? It's like you can become really compulsive about a situation and overthink it, and then it will sit within your mind and inside your body for a long, long time. So try not to overthink. The process of identifying and changing often irrational thoughts is called cognitive restructuring, because we see everything the worst. No storm lasts forever. And after every storm, things change. So keep a positive outlook on that. Any stress you go through, there is some positive outcome usually. So use the previously discussed stress management tips to cope better with stress. Now talk a little bit about stress and the effects on your health, because that really is pretty important. Mental health problems. I think the whole entire COVID situation was extremely stressful on all of us, on every person, and a lot of people have now anxiety and depression as a result of it. So depression, anxiety may be the result of chronic stress. And COVID definitely was chronic because it lasted for a year and a half or longer. If mental health problems are ignored, they can develop into serious mental health illnesses. Clinical depression left untreated leads to suicide in 15% of all cases. Anxiety disorders take a variety of forms, ranging from general anxiety to panic attacks. Anxiety can become severe and very disabling. In an attempt to cope with stress, some people drink too much alcohol, abuse drugs, blame others, or may become physically violent, most often with family members. So, those are some of the stress and effects on your health in regards to your mental health. Stress and effects on your health also continues cardiovascular disease. Preliminary evidence suggests that stress may contribute to the development of heart disease and stroke. It is thought that certain individuals with high levels of stress or prolonged stress may have higher blood cholesterol, experience increases in blood pressure, have blood platelets that are more likely to clump together inside the blood vessels. It is known that stress-filled lifestyles make it difficult for a person to make or maintain resolutions to lead a healthy life. Instead of exercising to relieve stress, some people respond by overeating, eating unhealthy foods, excessive alcohol consumption, smoking. Such negative reactions to stress merely increases the risk of developing heart disease and stroke. You may know that, but it is good to have a reminder. Obesity is another area. Menstrual problems, sexual dysfunction, skin and hair problems, psoriasis, acne, eczema, gastrointestinal problems as well, heartburn and indigestion. A lot of people keep their stress in the gut, and therefore that is also um, a strong stress effect on your health. Any comments so far? We're good. Okay, conclusion and some tips for coping with stress. Eliminate stress factors in your life if possible. We all try that, I think, very hard. Sometimes this is possible, sometimes not. Sometimes we do have stress, but we just need to get over it. Sometimes somebody dies, and for instance, and we feel extremely stressed by the loss. Talk to somebody, get some help with that, to eliminate that stress it causes you in your life. Again, try not to overthink when you face a problem. I just stress that enough, because that can manifest in your body and in your mind, and then it becomes manifested, and it is very hard then to really work through it. Let some things go. Some people can do that very easily, and some people not so easy. This is like based on your personality, if you can really let go or not so easily let go. You can definitely train yourself by saying, I need to let this go, and it may take you over the years or over months a little bit less time to let go, but it is a process you can learn. um Try to exercise daily. We talked about that. um Make it a priority and put it in your calendar. Self-care, I need to go for a walk, etc. Practice active relaxation, breathing techniques, meditation, gratitude. All of that will help definitely to reduce your stress level. Meditation is extremely important. Lots of guided meditations are on YouTube. You can just Google guided meditation for stress relief or to relax, and you just lie down on the floor and let this person on YouTube talk to you, and you will see how relaxed you can become. Eat well and healthy, sleep well. Sometimes a lot of people who experience stress or anxiety really have a difficult time sleeping. Sometimes people need medication for that. We also are doing a workshop on sleeping well, and give you some tips on how you can sleep well during the night with natural um, assistance. Take vacations or time away. If you cannot go physically away, visualize and imagine your favorite place. Helpful. Sometimes only one day, if you go someplace, is important. Foster your creativity. Everybody has some creativity, but when the stress comes on, I we will not be able to think about suddenly I want to be creative. Force yourself to get out of that mindset of the stress and focus on a painting or your photography or your journaling or writing or something you do. Like, it is important to get back to the positive things which will bring you joy in life. Talk to people, socialize with people, chit chat with your neighbors, and reach out to groups and um, to your social network and talk to people. Really important for, and let them know that you feel stressed. There's nothing wrong with saying, oh my goodness, I feel so stressed. Just to release it and to say it is very helpful, and you will get the support. Oh my goodness, what are you up to? What are you dealing with? Oh yes, and I went through that, and suddenly you're not alone, and that is very helpful. So talk to people. Try not to isolate you. This is like the worst. We just come out of isolation, so please go out and chit chat. Do some journaling. Write your feelings down. I said that at the beginning. Focus on the good things in life, and always finish whatever you write with a gratitude. Follow through with your prayers, very important. And laugh and cry and give yourself permission to feel your emotions fully. There's nothing wrong with crying. Or people, as soon as somebody cries, people usually say, "Oh my goodness, I don't know how to handle that." It's a form of emotion. Just own it. Be there for the person. Laugh, cry, and just be you. If you feel like crying, then please do so. Okay. Anybody else has anything they would like to add, a question to ask? Those are some of our sources for today. Would you like to add anything? Would anybody has something to say? Do you think it was helpful? I mean, I think some of it is probably well known to everyone, but it is good. It is good to hear it again. Thank you, Howard, for your hand up. Appreciate it. Does anybody no has anything to stay want to add or say?
Well, this is Howard again. So thank you very much thus far. Yes, most of the information is known to us. It was really good to see it organized in this form and to kick myself in the proper part of my anatomy for not doing what I should do.
Oh, thank you so much. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. So, the survey, we cannot stress enough, it helps us with planning our future webinars and what you would be interested in. Let us know how we are doing. Fill it out, please. It may take 2 minutes and it really is helpful for us. And we like to know how we do and what we can do better, and also what kind of webinars you would like to see, because we want to attract more people from the community. We have a whole year for this grant to do amazing work, and we're working on that. And if you ever need any help, please reach out to Hamilton Jewish Family Services and come and see me. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining the webinar today. And I wish you all a wonderful remainder of the day. And hopefully, we'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye,
Thank you very
everybody.
much. This was
Thank-
informative. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Yona. Thank you. Nice to
Thank
hear.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.